Yo, sorry about this steering wheel you've got to look at. That's a nightmare, ain't it? But it keeps falling. The camera keeps falling where I normally set it up. It keeps sliding, so I'm not putting it there. So you've got to look at this. Anyway, big up yourselves. Welcome back to the channel. Big up all the new subscribers. We're now over 5.1k. Let's get to 6. If you haven't subscribed already, click the little button. Let us know. You legends, that would be awesome. Also, new channel members. Big up, massive big up to Declan Buck and, hold on, bear with me for this one, Nicholas Cocchiarella. See? How's that for Italian? I'm a stallion, an Italian stallion, you get me? Yeah, so they're the latest channel members. Big up to them. Thank you very much for supporting the channel. If you do want to join the membership, support the channel a bit more, the link's in the description for that. Anyway, we move. In today's video, we are going to be installing some CCTV. So we're going to be installing 4 cameras onto an 8-channel DVR with a 4TB hard drive, all networked up to the internet, all nice. So let's get the stuff out, get the ladders off, get up to the roof and run that thing. So first of all, let's take a look what we're going to be fitting. We're going to be fitting Cuvis Eagle cameras. If you've seen these on the channel before, they are awesome. They're the cameras that we fit. They're the cameras I've got on my house. There is lots of different brands, but these are the ones we trust and go with every time. So they are 4K cameras, built-in mic, 8 megapixel. They're mint, to be fair. I'll show you one. So there's the camera, nice little dome camera. It's got the lead coming off for the connections. We've got power and then we've got video onto that end. So we wire our cameras in Cat5 and then one of these will go on the camera, one of them will go onto the end of the Cat5, male and female DC adapter. That's for the power. Then for the video, we've got these balance. So you just use 2 cores out of the Cat5 straight into there, one on either end again, one for the DVR, one for the camera. Then we've got a power supply to power the cameras. That also comes with, obviously, the plug to plug it in. We've got a 4TB DVR. So we're installing four cameras on an 8-channel system, but obviously we spec it for a terabyte per camera. So 4 terabytes for this setup should roughly last about a month's worth of recording. And then that goes into our DVR. 8-channel 4K DVR, nice, 4TB hard drive. Let's show you where we're putting them. So this is where we're going to be installing them today. They have got a camera system up already, so they've got one there, 2 around the back, which I'll show you in a minute. But as you can see, they're wired in. They go through that window there and down into the office. So what we're going to do is be ripping all those out, hiding our cables through the loft. Nice, it's going to be perfect. And then the cables carry on round, and then there's a camera up there and a camera up there in that corner. So what we're going to be doing is putting them onto the soffits, mounting them nicely. You won't see any cables. It will look mint. So the first thing we're going to want to do is work out where we're going to be mounting the cameras. First camera, we're going up there. So I'm going to take a drill bit up, probably a 32mm drill bit, drill straight through the soffit, take the super rods up, bash them into the loft, and then I can get them from inside. But yeah, I'll drill that out, get the Cat5 off, get the rods on, get it chucked up, and then we'll go inside. Just quickly, before I show you the bits, I'm not sure if I've told you. I did it on a short, but you might not have seen it. We've converted. We've converted over to Milwaukee, and it is mint. I've only used it once, to be fair, but it nearly took my hand off. The power in that, compared to the Makita, is ridiculously good. So, 32mm bit, that's going to go straight through the soffit. It's going to give us a hole big enough to push our connectors up into the loft, and yeah, that's just what we drill. And then the mounting, the camera itself mounts over the hole so you don't see any of it. It just looks nice and neat, nice and tidy, just how we like it. So, cable. We've got a box of Cat5. We're using low smoke for this job just because that's all they had, but any Cat5 will do. Well, it won't. Don't use copper-coated aluminium cable if you're running power down it. Apparently it can melt. I don't know if that's true, just what I've been told. So this is pure copper stranded, yeah, Cat5. So that's going to be going in one end of the camera over to the DVR on each camera. So we'll have 4 of these in the loft, and then what I'm going to do is the router is down here somewhere, but we're going to be moving it up into the office there. So I'll take the old BT cable up into there, move the master socket, And then I'm going to come out with another Cat 5, black though, because purple doesn't really look good on the front of your house. Straight up into the loft. That'll give us our internet to network it. So once we've drilled the hole, we're going to get the rods in, and then we've got this attachment on the end. You can just tape it onto anything really, just a bit of electrical tape, blast it up into the loft, as long as it stays on while you're pulling it, and you can get that in the loft, you're nice. But basically this is like a Chinese finger trap. So you just push the cable in as far as it'll go, and it just tightens itself so it won't pull off or anything, and then just to release it, pull it back and the cable comes out. It is mint, to be fair. This is super rod. They do all the different brands do them, but we've got the super rod ones and they are mint. Right, I'm going to get up the ladder now, get the first hole drill, get this in, and then jump up in the loft. Up to the loft now. I've set a little light up for me, little Lucico light, Lucico, whatever. It's mint, to be fair, that light is. Little stand on it, you can adjust it. You can't really see it, but anyway, you get the gist. So, here's our rod, just into the loft here. All we've got to do now, pull it, and our cable is going to come up with it here. So here's our cable, pull down, there you go, bosh. Pull enough off it so that we can make the end off, and then back down onto the next. Let's go hunting for number 2 then. I can see it, just over there on top of that joist. If you can see it. If not, I don't care. What a lovely view you've got. Now this one, I'm going to pull round in these open bays here. Round the chimney. Get a chuck round there. Get a chuck. I love working on my own in loft. Let's keep going up and down to get the camera cables and that. Nice. So number 2, we'll take that to the loft hatch as well. And that's another one in, ready to go. Now that we've got all 4 cables in, we're going to start looking at mounting the cameras. So on this one, there's just a little grub screw there. Comes with all the things you need, so basically all you need is an Allen key, little star Allen key. So what we'll do is take it off the base, just unscrew that, and it pops off and all the cables come out. This is the bracket that you're going to be mounting up to the soffit. So that'll just sit flat on the soffit there, 32mm hole in the middle. Then the camera, you're going to feed that up into the hole and just push the connectors through the 32mm hole and then put the bracket back on. So let's look at the Cat 5. First of all, the ends that we're going to use. So obviously I've bought male and female. One does one end, one does the other. We just need to make sure which is which. So the male end we're going to need for the camera. So that's going to be going outside onto our cable. Female end we'll leave with the power supply to go up into the loft. And then the ballons, I don't think this matters which way around it goes. It used to say transmitter and receiver, but I think they both do both now because they're both exactly the same ends. So that's going to be used for the video. So what I'm going to do, strip the cable down with our cutters. We use the Ideal stripper, so it's just a little spring attachment. Put your cable in, spin it round, pull it off. You can use any cutters. You could even probably use scissors. It's only a light cable. So we'll strip that off, get our cores out, and show you which is which we're going to be using for the video and the power. I'm just going to show you what I'm going to do with a scrap. It's absolutely boiling and I'm sweating. Just show you what I'm going to do with a scrap piece. Save me going up there with the camera because I will drop it and I will smash it. So, cutters, open that up, pop the cable in, give it a couple of spins round. You can then snap the cable, give it a pull, and then that's our cable off there. You've got a little string there, which I used to use before I had cutters like that, to just pull down the sheath and then crack it off and it's done. But we don't need that, so we'll cut the string off. Then what you want to do is straighten all the cores out. So I like to just put a little flat head in. I was told this in the comments on a video I've done before with Cat 5. It just makes it a lot easier and easier to strip, easier to straighten out. So just loosen that off so you can get your flat head in. Right the way through like that, and then just give it a pull. And there's our straightened ends. So we're going to do that on all 4 pairs. So now that our cores are straightened, I've just wrapped round the ones that we're not going to use around there. So we're not using the green pair and we're not using the orange pair. We're just going to be using the brown and the blue. You can double up on the power or the video for both, but I'd like to just do it singly. So our brown we're going to be using for our power. So brown's going to be the plus, brown and white is going to be the minus or negative. And then blue for the video. Same again, we'll use blue for the plus, blue and white for the negative. So these, I won't connect them up because it's a waste of time, but if you look on there, it's got plus and minus. So our plus is our brown, minus is our brown and white. So that's just going to sit like that, connected in there. And then our balun, same again, it's got a plus and a minus on there. We'll use the solid colour as the plus and the colour with the white as the minus. So I'll get up there now, strip them off now we've shown you what we do, and then yeah, get all 4 cameras connected up out here and move into the loft and go through those connections. Just before I go up there, just to show you quickly, so once you've got your balun and your power connected on, these are just going to plug in, and then your balun, if you see those little spikes there, they'll slot into there where it's open, and then it twists around to lock it, so it'll just push in like that. You push the little collar up, twist it, and then it locks into there, look. Nice. We're going to cut a bit of that off. These cutters are terrible, by the way. And then just strip about 10mm of the cable off the end so that it reveals just our copper. So that's our 4 strands of copper, and I'm going to put them all together, fold them in half like that, and then they will go straight into our connectors. So brown and white is going to be our power. So it's the female side this side, and that's just so our power supply can plug straight in and supply our 12 volt down our Cat 5. Right, all our ends are made off now, so they can just be cable tied together and tidied up in a moment. Next thing, we've got the DVR. So first of all, we've got the actual DVR. We've got instructions on how to take the case off and put the hard drive in, but I'll show you that in a minute. I don't need them instructions because I've done it loads. We have got the mouse to control it, set it up. We've got our cable that we need to plug the hard drive in. Cable again for the hard drive. Power supply for the DVR. And then we've got a little bag of screws to mount the hard drive to the DVR case. DVR first. If we unwrap this, we can see some screws that hold the black cover on. So we've got one there, one on the front there, and one on the other side. So we'll get those undone. And there we are, and that's all that's to it. That is all that's in a DVR, apart from the hard drive. So if you can see these holes, I'll turn it around better. One there, one there, one there, and one there. If we open up this hard drive, we've got the same 4 holes on here that are screws that it came with, which are here. So this will sit down there, the way around, and then the screws that it comes with, we're going to screw through into the hard drive to secure it. What I find works best when you're doing this, the screws here, you can push them in and then push them down to tighten it. So if we put those 2 in first, just so that it can hold in, and then on the other side you'll start to see the screws come past. So those 2 screws that we put in, we're just going to put them into the holes, slide down, and then that'll give us our other holes ready for the other screws. So we'll tighten that down a little bit, and then our other 2 screws are going to go into here, and that is the hard drive secured into place there. Now our cables that it comes with, I presume one's for power and one is for data. Not sure, don't hold me to that. If we look down here, there's one with like an L shape in the pins, the same as the power cable. That just pushes in onto there, clicks into place. That's it plugged into the hard drive, and then we've got the same female end here with the L plate with the L shape. So we'll plug that in there, and then that's our power done to supply the hard drive. or the data, whichever one. And then this one, we're going to put the white onto the white here, onto these 4 pins, like that. And then the black end goes onto the hard drive. If you can see again, there's like a little L shape, if you can see that. And then the L shape's on the hard drive again. So we'll just plug that in where it needs to go. There, clicks into place. That's that done. Hard drive's mounted. The cover can now go back on. That's another reason I like using this brand of camera and DVR, because they do let you access the case. So some brands, you're not allowed into the unit. If the hard drive goes or anything like that, you're not allowed to change it. You literally have to get a new unit or get them to replace it. So yeah, just another reason why I use this one. Nice. If you want to upgrade the hard drive or anything like that in the future, it's easily done. Just unscrew the screws and do that like I've just done. Put a bigger hard drive in, put a smaller hard drive in, or if the hard drive's corrupt or anything, just swap it over. So cable wise, we've got them all plugged in now. We've got our 4 cameras into the back. This is an 8-channel DVR, so there is 4 spare ways in case they had one. Everyone who had cameras or anything like that. So they're plugged in. I will tidy these cables up before I go, but I've got another camera to fit, like I said. And then our 4 power supplies are plugged into there. They come off into the transformer, and then plug for the camera power and plug for the DVR. Nice. So, like I was saying earlier about moving the master socket, this is our mains coming into the house. I'll show you where I've clipped it and that. I've left that down for now. It's all been decorated so I can put a new master socket when it's on, and I won't need the filter because they come with them now. And then this is our Cat 5 that goes in, through to the router and up to the loft. So originally it came down, across the wall and then through that hole there. So we've got rid of that, we've clipped it straight across the wall and then through the mortar line there, straight into our master socket, and then we've gone up and through into the loft for the internet. Look how much tidier that is on the front. Damn. So camera up there, camera up there, camera up in that corner, and camera up in that corner. I've ripped all the old cabling, ripped the cameras down, took it all down, and it looks a lot neater. But I'm gonna have to come back tomorrow, sadly, because the hard drive that I've had from the wholesalers is faulty. So I've got to take it back. So I'll be swapping that out tomorrow. I'll go through that. I won't have to go through it, I will swap it because it's exactly the same as putting it in. Take the 4 screws out, take the 2 cables off, put it back in. But I'll go through tomorrow with how we set it up on our phones, set it up like that, set the cameras up, rename them, things like that. So yeah, catch you tomorrow. So here we are, we've got it plugged in, we've got the hard drive changed. This is the menu we need. So status online, we've got the internet plugged in, and then this is what we're going to be scanning within the app. The app that this uses is different to the one I use. I use one called Easy Viewer Plus. But yeah, it's the same sort of thing. So you can scan that to download the app, or you can scan that to add the device to the app. So that's that. This is then our settings, so whether we record on motion, alarm only, intelligent. I already leave them on general, so it's 24/7, but it will also pick up motion, so you can change the settings when you go on playback and see what's been moving and things like that. We've already set the date and time. So read and write, this is the hard drive that we've got in, which is good now, which is 3.59 terabytes. Mint. Now we need to go through and start changing the settings. So we'll change it to view 4 so that it's just our cameras that are on. Nice. Now if we right click main menu, we can see the main menu. So this is your playback and things like that. This is your AI alarm. Don't know what POS is. Don't know what IoT is. These are the settings we're after. So network, we know that's set up. Storage, we know that's nice. We've left it on 24-hour recording. So we want to go to camera, and then we want to change the name and things like that. So go down to channel title. We can change that to rear left, and then apply. We then want to go to. So we want to do this to all the cameras, rename them to what we want. Next thing we want to go is go to encode. So we've got channel 1. We can change the settings of the resolution and things like that. So this is the stream that you're going to be doing on your phone. This is the stream off the monitor. So we want to go into more, make sure that audio is turned on. Audio is turned on, and we want to apply. We want to do that again for all of them. So audio on, Then if we go back into camera, we can see at the top we've got camera, network, storage, system. So this is where you name your device, things like that, how long the logout is, you can reset your security and things like that. Here's your date and your time, daylight savings time turned on, sorry. Then you've got security, you've got account, so you can add different admins, things like that, so they can log in and mess with the settings. So just to show you, this is the app that I use, so if you want to view it, double click. There is so many settings and features and functions that you can do on this DVR, but to make it simple, I literally set them up to record 24/7, and then it's just easy to use, it's simple to use for the customer, simple to use for us, easy for us to diagnose things if anything goes wrong, which it very rarely does. But yeah, really happy, I like them, they're nice, I've fitted hundreds of them now. And yeah, they're our go-to camera, that's what we install. It's a bonus that they've got the audio, and it's just, well, you've seen, it's simple to set up, it's so easy. And yeah, nice. Boom, we're done. I was hoping to get more of that on the camera, to be fair, the setup, but every screen I went on, the serial numbers, IP addresses, all of that ting. But basically my point was, that's how simple it is. Plug and play, already set up, rename the cameras, it's on your phone, bosh, done. Yeah, just wanted to make a video to show you how simple it all is, really. And it's very easy to do yourself. So yeah, big up yourselves for watching if you got this far. Thank you very much. If you haven't pressed that subscribe button, give it a click. Nice, help us on our way to, what can the next goal be? 6K by the end of the year. That's a nice goal, isn't it? So yeah, big up yourselves. See you later. Ta-ra.